Hey there, Graham from GMAT Panda, and today we're going to talk about percentages. So, what's a percentage? Well, it's a little bit like in a fraction, we were expressing a share of something. Well, a percentage is essentially a fraction out of 100. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, percent comes from Latin, and it essentially means out of 100%. So you can think about 25% as 25 of 100 slices of a cake. Yes, I agree, it's a very, very finely cut cake. But as we saw in fractions, we can also represent that same value by splitting the same cake into four parts or four slices and taking one of them. Right? If you look at these two diagrams, we're shading the same portion of this whole. And all these values, 25%, 25 out of 100, 1/4, they are all equal to the same thing, and they are equal to 0.25. Now, here we have to be a little bit careful because we are talking about portions of one. Whereas in the GMAT and in real life, you often have portions of something that's bigger than one, right? In fact, it's very common. So, for example, 25% of the population of the United States of America would not be 0.25, okay? But it would be 0.25 times that population. One thing that it is very important to understand, though, is that that portion can sometimes be larger than the whole. So you can have, just like in fractions where you can have fractions bigger than one, you can have percentages that are larger than 100%. So, for example, 150% is 150 portions of a cake that has 100 portions. So effectively, we're being very greedy here, and we're taking not just the whole cake, but we're taking half a cake extra. Okay, so 150% is equivalent to 1.5 whole cakes in this case. Now, the percentage can be treated a little bit like a unit in maths. As in, if I remove this percentage, I'm going to change the meaning of this number. So if I just delete this and say 150, you can see that's not the same as 1.5. So you have to be very careful about percentages when you use them, when you get rid of them, etc. A percentage essentially is per 100. So it represents this denominator of 100, so a division by 100